We're coming into season 3 of Speed Railz. As you know, we have finally expanded outside of Houston. It is one of our first non-Houston. It's not like one of them. It is the first non-Houston activation. Had a chance to link up with you on my trip back in January, and then you saw we was come out to Dallas. You had a chance for us to really explain each other's vision. So Gabriel here is the beverage director of Hyde, a spot here in Dallas, in Greenville, and I'm still new to understanding all the Dallas landscape. But go ahead, tell me a little bit about Hyde and a little bit about this area of town.
Yeah, so we moved here on Greenville about 2 years ago. We were in Deep Ellum before that, and then during COVID, they decided to switch locations. Took them a little minute to get up and running, and then we got here in 21. Hyde is just a spot for you to just have a killer cocktail, and it just be a casual, friendly vibe. You know, like you could be 21, you could be 45, just really just inviting whoever wants to have a craft cocktail to come to grab it.
See, the thing is, we're talking to bartenders on the side of this.
Yeah.
That was a very consumer-facing answer. So what Hyde is in the middle of a few other bars. There's a 3-story establishment. They have a patio outside. They have a rooftop on top, which is where Speed Railz is going to be happening.
Yeah.
Downstairs, they have an oval-shaped bar, 4 service wells, and they have a wall containing tons of liqueurs. You guys are really big on craft. And tell me, how are you guys really blending all this concept thing together? Because I know you guys want the heavy nighttime foot traffic, but you guys have the, you know what I'm saying, the inventory of a craft cocktail.
Well, I mean, on Friday night, all the walk traffic, you can decide you can come upstairs and have more of that, that dancing vibe, a quick tequila soda, and downstairs you can slow it down and have a egg white sour with some weird syrups in there, and just really it's up to your path in Hyde is really up to you. But we kind of give you both, and we want to kind of combo both as well. Upstairs is definitely the speed bar, one-on-ones, beer, but also like give you an experience. Like if you want to have the craft cocktail up here too, we'll give it to you. Like all my bartenders know what they're doing, and they'll give you a craft cocktail downstairs. And same thing, like if you want a green tea shot downstairs and turn downstairs into a party vibe, we'll do it as well. But it's definitely like, I feel like craft doesn't need to be this gateway or these doors where they're closed. It's really, we just want to invite everyone.
Like you have craft cocktail over here, but also in this type of space as well.
Yeah, and like we're not the only patio bar either. You got HG, you got Sundown Granada down the street. And I think they do a lot of great things over there, but we just want to provide something that never has.
So in order to run an establishment like this, even get in the position that you're in, you've had to have quite a bit of experience, diverse experience. Go ahead and touch on your background, how you get to the spot. How did you get this job?
I think my hospitality experience is around 12 years. Probably even longer if you include my career in healthcare. I've always wanted to help people out, really get to know that person. My bedside manner has always been my strongest suit. Came out to Dallas in 2017 and got linked up in a bar called The Trove in Bishop Arts, and that was my very first leadership role, where it was a mom and pop, and I really got to help create some things, not fully, but have my ideas in the pot, learn great things from them. And then I kind of moved to this vibe dining nightlife here in Dallas. It was Bizou, then Kissed, and Clay Supper Club. We had a couple.
So you work with Clay Grove. They're out of Houston, okay.
Yeah, so they're out in Houston. They tried their hand out here. Ended up working for Kiss and running their whole bar program. Was their bar manager / interim AGM, and that's where I saw the darkness of nightlife, but also money makes you stay in areas longer than you want to.
Yeah.
After that, I kind of did a 180 and try to go into the more restaurant side of things. Flavor Hook was where I went next, and then that was more of your Mises and Plazas and dropping the dessert fork and the steak knife, and I wasn't having fun. My creativity was just sucked out of me. And then I just wanted to bartend somewhere. I was like, I'm done with management, let me just bartend. So then I got over at Royal 38, which is a restaurant within us. My good friend of mine got me the job, and she was like, here, come here, just bartend. And then it took them 3 months to realize I had management experience. The opportunity at Hyde opened up, and then they just pushed me over here. Not pushed me, they asked. But I was like, this is what I want. This is kind of where I excel in creativity. And I started shortly in October.
Okay.
And here in Hyde.
So 2 years
Yeah, well, a year and a half ago.
at Hyde,
Yeah.
you came in as a manager. And I remember we were talking off camera, but you were saying that when you got here, you got to working right away, and you had some things that you wanted to put in place here.
Yeah.
And now you're getting a chance to really put some of those things in place. One of those being reoccurring events, just some in-house promotions.
Right.
Can you touch on some of those ideas and why do you think that's critical for a bar nowadays?
Yeah, I mean, everyone has their Friday, Saturday foot traffic. Everyone has their spot Friday, Saturday. And I think Monday through Thursday, you can go to one or two places, sing some karaoke, do some trivia, and have fun, right? Hyde, I mean, along the street, we have all of that. We have karaoke, trivia, and Hyde kind of wanted to put their name in the hat, but not do the same thing, So we started all-day happy hour on Monday. Wednesday, we just launched Ladies Night, and then tomorrow we're launching our first Techno and Tequila Day.
So that's Tuesday.
Sorry, Thursday.
All right, yeah.
I'm thinking it's Wednesday already. Damn. But yeah, so Monday, right now, weekly stuff is Monday, happy hour, Wednesday, Ladies Night, and then Techno Tequila Thursday.
Okay.
And then we'll have bi-weekly stuff like a cocktail class and cigar night on Thursday. Tuesday.
And we were talking also about the cocktail class in the sense that I know a lot of people have tried it, but nobody really keeps them up that frequently.
Yeah.
What are some of the benefits? Let's talk about some of the downsides, but also some of the benefits of bars hosting cocktail classes.
I think for sure, like everything we do in Hyde is trade focused. So we definitely want to get industry involved. Like if you want to come learn, and I'm going to be teaching the first several months of it, I really am going to push industry to come back me, and like the people that have always supported me to come push those first few out. But I think in a business side, like you start showing what you can do in the building, people are going to hire Hyde to run those private event cocktail classes for bigger routes, like maybe a random happy hour for, some tech recruiters, and they just want to go learn how to make old fashions. And, because they all have the budget to do fun stuff like that. So I think just getting that private event stuff out there as well would be beneficial for us.
And that's what we was talking about earlier, is this, in the sense that I ended up, one of the first events I had was a cocktail class. I had 25 people show up. It's a lot of work, especially once you start paying out, the photographer and all the other people that have to be there. You might leave with any money, but a lot of those people are still friends of mine today, and they've had a chance to pull up to other things that I had. So really giving people an experience of what they want on the front end can really give them the trust for you to guide their experiences in the future. And I know you said industry focusing, and that's one of my next topics is really bartender development. Like you have some consider maybe a hard bar to work at if you don't have experience. Mm-hmm. How do you really go about deciding when to make sure you get somebody with experience to kind of come in and keep the mission moving versus somebody new and being able to invest in them? And then once you invest in them, how do you train them? What is that process like?
It's a giant puzzle. I mean, you got to have your veteran guys and your anchors to really help you lean on them, right? And then you do have to have some newbies, like I will love to say that I only hire people with 5 years of craft experience, but that's not how the world works. And most bartenders don't have that. So I really have to, when I interview them, I really try to pull something out of them. And this is a puzzle piece of personality. It's like I have a team here that are all love each other, and we have a lot of fun on and off the shift, and they enjoy themselves. But it also when there's a job to be done, I can trust their skill set. And even training the people that only have a year and a half experience, maybe 1 year, but they've shown something that I've seen in them, like hospitality driven or just the work ethic. And if you want to start just learning crafts, there's always a bar position open just to learn, right? And then for me, then it's just your learning curve. I'm not gonna tell you the X's and O's how to get there, but you show me that you have some drive to learn, then I'll start putting some of my time into you and be like, hey, so this is how this should be done. You show this and this and that, right? And then with my training program, it's pretty extensive. It's 5 to 6 days, kind of depending on the person. 8-hour shifts, and we just kind of run through all the cocktails. We just learn them. I don't expect you to have them all memorized by the end of it, but I do expect you to know the right way of how to hold a tin and hold the jigger and pour correctly. And that way, when you have 5 tickets, you're not you can just learn the recipe and then you just move forward, right? And that's kind of how I base my training off here. And And, you know, and then again, like with the puzzle piece, like I'll give bartender shifts upstairs and downstairs inside our commissary, which is where we do all our prep. I streamlined a lot of stuff where we use slim lines, which hold 5 liters. And like, it's just really the bartenders have all the tools they can have to be successful.
And then when it comes to these bartenders being able to be creative and, you know, really get a chance to really enjoy the freedom that you provide them, what does that look like for yourself versus what you've seen working for other bar managers in establishments?
I think people get a little you know, they get a little strung up on it being, you know, their menu or like this is my idea, right? And not really asking for help. And then like Hyde 1.0 was created off of a menu from the bartender. So I'm pushing all of them to create, like, show me the drinks you've created, like, and if you want some advice, I'll give them some advice, and if it's good to go, then we'll put it into the ringer on the next menu. Currently, we have a captain's list coming out of cocktails, so it's gonna be 6 between $20 to $40, so a very more higher end cocktail. Very opposite what's on our menu right now, but we want to provide just some crazy stuff, like Hyde Original had a mushroom cocktail, so we're gonna put one of those bags, and then use some higher end SKUs of Scotch, tequila, and then just kind of play. So I've told the whole team, like, if you got some ideas, now's the time. We'll take some time in the lab and figure it out and taste through it. I lean on my reps to provide the bottles, and we just that way it doesn't cost the house anything, and just stuff like that where it seems very simple, but like we can go play in the kitchen and not like hurt anyone's pocket.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, and that's really the proper way to do a lot of these craft curations, because a proper drink has its own brand. Mm-hmm. You know, you do a good drink, it can end up getting on a T-shirt, have a story attached to it. I mean, if it wins in a contest, we've seen that those drinks do sell more than other drinks. I mean, people might see it. So I think really getting them prepared for that process right now, really setting them up for, you know, future business development opportunities. But so now, with you looking at that, and then us getting ready for Speed Railz, I've noticed that the city is really big on competitions.
Yeah.
A lot of people have competed in some form or another in some of these type of competitions. What are your thoughts on the Dallas competition scene, and what can we do to make it better?
I think there's pockets of everything right now. You got your speed style competitions, you got your craft competitions. I think there's one every quarter, if not 5. Some brand throwing a competition, and it's just fun for most of us because we just want to see if like the person in front of us that says they love our drink actually is telling the truth. You know, because like we feel like as a bartender you're told like your drinks are amazing, but like when you stack up with other bartenders, you just want to see where you stack up.
Right.
And I feel like there's a lot of competitiveness in Dallas in that. Where it can move forward, I think just bringing different, and I think this is what this competition was going to do, bring the craft and the speed side together, because I don't think we've actually competed against it. We've kind of stayed in our own lanes. Yeah. Like you've done the speed or you've done the craft, and then like a craft went to go speed and the speed came to go do craft. But I feel like as far as I haven't really seen who's competing, but I'm sure you have a modge podge of both. And like there's some slingers in both sides. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, that's what Speed Railz is, not only just a competition, but a chance for a brand building mechanism. Just like the drinks have a brands, and this cocktail competition can really help bring this drink to focus. Now I want to do the same thing for individual bartenders, especially the people who don't work at these big corporations or are at a busy super club bar. Because some people work in an establishment that only has 5 other people working there. Right. They don't have a big social circle versus somewhere like Hyde, where you guys have a big family, and you know, it's somebody's birthday, you got 15 coworkers pulling up. Yeah. So really just giving everybody that type of network. With that said, we got to get ready for some Speed Railz bartender onboarding. What are some of the things that we can really look out for to you guys really building here at Hyde? I know you got the ongoing programming happening. You guys got the bartenders building cocktails. What's some other things?
Okay.
And big vision for you too.
Yeah,
are you trying to take over Hyde, or are you trying to do Hyde 3.0?
Yeah, I mean, there's always talk of us moving to Austin with Hyde. You know, there's always talk about us expanding, but you know, right now we're just really trying to dot the I's and cross the T's here at Hyde to make sure everyone is having a good experience. I think that's really where we're pushing towards. You know, and and offering something for everyone. Like I hit a lot of industry stuff, but cigar night, like we're gonna offer free cigars for that.
Okay.
And we just trade with those guys. And that would be cool for people that love cigars and whiskey, you know. Beyond that, I think just really focus on giving someone a good experience inside this building. I think a lot of people there's a lot of how you say it, saturation in the market with all these bars. So they choose us, like, let's make sure they come back.
Oh, yeah. Like, as you build the establishment, you got to make sure the product is good, making sure the food is good, making sure the drinks are good. Now it's adding an extra layer of experience.
Yeah.
Once you've mastered the science of the experience, then that's when you can scale. That's when you go to places. Now you got the science. We're in and out. Speed Railz Season 3, Hide. Come see what's up the games. Just $1 million.
Sweet.